Aquarius, I'm getting two very strong messages for you. The first is that something is cooling off. This could be something to do with your health. Maybe you've been feeling like you can't regulate your temperature, hot and cold, hot and cold. Maybe it's more of a metaphor. Something with someone else has been hot and cold. It could also be that there's been a lot of conflict or warring type energies going on for you or around you. That is cooling off. Now, Mars is leaving your sign, so this has a big part of the reason why things are cooling down for you, but it's also because you've endured something. You've endured the heat. I'm hearing put on blast. Maybe you feel as though you were put on blast or you put someone on blast, but there's been a heated kind of situation. And I'm also seeing like heat in the body. Maybe there's something to do with alternative medicine that could be useful for you, or you're eating a lot of cooling foods now. There's a regulation of this heat, this feeling of like, when something happens in your life and you have this kind of somatic response to it. Maybe you feel like you've been caught off guard, or you're maybe embarrassed, or you're just overwhelmed, and like all this heat kind of rises to your face. It's that feeling that I'm sensing. This is going to go away, or this is passing, or maybe it's already passed. There was a volatile kind of situation, I'm hearing 8 months, maybe in the last 8 months, that is clearing out. And you dealt with it well. So it's not just about Mars leaving your sign, it's that you've succeeded in Mars' lesson for you, whatever that was. And Mars rules Aries, so this could be about your own identity, finding your footing, finding your way, claiming your identity and your importance, your significance in a relationship, in a workplace. Even though somebody else may have been going through it, or there may have been something important going on with another energy, you still maintained your own resolve and recentered yourself in your own story, which is very significant. So there's a lesson you learned about your own identity, your own will, and how to cool things down when they feel like they're too heated, or how to use that heat appropriately when you do feel it, that fire energy inside of you. The second message I have for you is that you're receiving a lot of signs and synchronicities. The card that came out for the overall theme of the reading is number 1, enter the conversation. Now, number 1 reminds me of the Magician in the tarot, which is also number 1. But this card is about paying attention to all the little details around you and how certain things may be standing out to you more than others. So there's an attention to detail. This has to do with the recent full moon eclipse in Virgo, but also that there are things standing out to you. And I'm seeing a page with writing on it, and it's like some of the words are lifting out off of the page, or like they're bolded, or they're in a different color or font. There are messages to pay attention to. Specifically, it feels like with reading or writing something, some words are going to jump off the page to you. You could also be seeing different animals. Maybe these are gazelles, rabbits, owls, bats could be significant. I'm also seeing this sun and moon motif here, but this reminds me of the eclipse. So moon energy is also very important for you. It feels like you're moving out of this heavy yang, masculine fire, like this is happening now, this is happening, and I got to deal with this, and now we're fighting about this, and like there's a lot of movement and things going on, which can be very exciting and thrilling, but also tiring and feeling like something. You may be facing some kind of detriment. That's the feeling that you could have had for the last 8 months. I don't know why 8 months. Maybe it's astrological. I don't know. It's just what's intuitively coming to me. Number 8. I'm also seeing 1244. Number 3. These could be significant for you. But now you're moving into this yin kind of moon energy where things cool off. Things get darker, not in a scary way or in a way where you're not illuminated, but in a way where you can close your eyes, rest and relax. Some of you sleep with noise on or TVs on or lights on, or there's a light coming through the crack of your door. There's something red in your room I'm even seeing. Maybe just for the next week or 8 days, you want to think about making your room as dark as possible or removing whatever's red in your room because that represents that fire energy. Just a suggestion. You do what you feel guided to do, but I am seeing that there's something in symbolically that you could do in your bedroom, in your space, to really embrace this kind of cooling off period that's coming in for you. Okay? And 8 is related to the 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio, which is about death and transformation. And this does feel like a pivot point for you. A specific marker in time is what I'm getting. The other card I got for you is number 34, Cosmic Self and Inner Child. There's a next level to something. It feels as if everybody said, okay, this is the top of, this is the top of success, or there's 3 stages to this, and you're at the 3rd stage. I don't know. It's like you've reached some kind of pinnacle or some top point, but now Spirit is unveiling. I'm seeing the High Priestess, actually. She's unveiling another level for you. This could be another level of faith, commitment to Spirit and your spiritual practice, or maybe it's another level in a relationship. I don't know what it is for everyone, but there's another level being revealed to you. Now you have a choice whether you want to go to this next level or not, but I feel like it's kind of like hidden from others, whatever this is. Maybe we'll get more into it as the cards come out. Cosmic Self and Inner Child. Yeah, see how he's going into the water to cool himself off as the fiery Mars energy goes down. So maybe spend some time in water or around water if you can. Color blue would be helpful for you. Listening to rainstorms, that kind of thing. There's an energy of taking the first step towards playfulness or learning how to play in a new way. I don't know what that means for everyone. Some of you maybe want to climb a tree. It doesn't matter how old you are. Okay. Maybe it's just a little tree. I don't know. I'm seeing that with this tree card here. Or decorate a tree. Okay. So let's get into your cards and see what else comes through for you, Aquarius. Let's see the energies supporting Aquarius right now. Energies in support of Aquarius. Well, maybe we want to look at what energy is actually coming towards you. Let's do that instead. Yeah. What energy is coming into Aquarius's life? What can they expect in terms of energy coming in? Or something here. Combustion and cosmos. Ooh. Combustion. I feel guided to just, I don't know if I have the box here, to look at combustion. Let's see. The letter C could be important, or the number 3. I already said that. Combustion. A burning flame provides warmth and light through the transformation of energy, but can be destructive if not carefully tended. Consider the volatility of a given situation and take care to monitor the level of risk involved. Ah, beautiful. So this kind of heated period that you've been going through where there's like tensions or things are happening, it's cooling off cosmically, right? We have the cosmos. So something astrological definitely happening with Mars leaving your sign, but there's also something here that you're being called to maintain and sustain. It's like the universe is facilitating this cooling off period by the planets shifting, but you have to maintain that energy of cooling things down, okay, tending to the fire. So this isn't necessarily about eliminating all tensions or eliminating all conflict, but learning how to work with it. And so that's what I'm seeing you doing here. Something that felt wild and out of control, or if you were even scared of how this could go, how something could run. And I'm seeing someone running in the forest. It's like the fire, there's like a forest fire. It's like it's chaos kind of. There's a lot of fear. But now you've managed to control it. And not from like an ego way of trying to control something that is wild and as spreading, but rather it's like, okay, well, I realize the significance of fire energy, how it's linked to my passions and my identity and my get up and go kind of energy, and all of that's important, but I can't let it overrule my life. And I also realize how conflict can be very fruitful. You know, I believe that when we have conflict, it is the prima materia, it's what we need in order to create the new. If there isn't a clash of energies, if there isn't this kind of combustion that happens, then nothing new really unfolds. There needs to be some kind of friction or tension to give rise to the new, at least from my experience and what I believe. And I think that's what Spirit's saying here. The tension that you've been through is trying to give rise to the new, and it's up to you to help facilitate that without allowing this conflict to dominate you. And Spirit and the cosmos are supporting and facilitating that for you. Beautiful. Okay, so Mars is controlled now. Controlled is maybe the wrong word. Understood. Mars is you understand the uses of Mars, both in its highest polarity and its lowest polarity, in its beneficial form and its detrimental form. Okay, so let's see the challenge for Aquarius. Deluge. Isn't this interesting? It's like a storm, clearly, an emotional storm, perhaps. But see, this is the problem, or this is the challenge. We don't want to totally extinguish the fire. We want to control it, bring it down a notch, so it's not burning things down and destroying our life force and our energy and all the things that we've planned for our soul. But we do need to throw some water on it. I'm also hearing suffocate it, like in terms of putting out a fire with eliminating the oxygen. So maybe you're not giving voice to something anymore. You're not giving oxygen to a situation, and it's cooling things down for you. Could also be you've decided to change the way you're going to communicate, or maybe you're going to say less. Or the things that you do say are going to shut things down. And I'm seeing the Ace of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like the Ace of Swords is a card that you'll see often. Okay? In your own pulls or maybe in other readings you watch. Deluge. Okay, so tell me what else. Okay, this is the challenge, but I wanted to know, what are you releasing? We know this kind of hot, intense energy, but what else is Aquarius releasing? Meander. I also feel guided to read this. Don't typically read this much, but there's something here for you. Like a quiet stream, we are on a slow and winding course. There is no rush to get to the sea. And in fact, we would miss too much if we hurried along in a straight line. We can allow ourselves to experience every turn, knowing we will reach our destination in due time. And I actually feel like this situation that you've been contending with has created a little bit of a spiral for you. Maybe you felt like you were spiraling, or it's just like going around and around with certain information or certain ideas or certain conversations kept kind of happening. There's something here in this meander energy where you were trying to allow things to take its course, maybe being patient, exploring different perspectives of something. But I feel like stepping into this beautiful lake here, where the mountains are surrounded, it's like fresh water, there's more of an opportunity for a straight path, a straight line. And it's not like this path, how do I say this? It's not like there's only one way to go now. You can explore and do things kind of in any which direction because it's a lake after all, right? But it also feels like there was a sense of direction or straightforward way to go about something that was walled off to you before. It was closed off to you. You didn't know how to like get through something or get to the other side, but now you do. I hope that makes sense. So this energy of meandering, which can be a beautiful thing, right? But for you, I feel like it got kind of exhausting. That's what you're releasing now. There's also this question here about, how do I really feel about everything? Like, I'm in it, I'm doing this thing, but I don't really know how I feel. And maybe you were holding some of your feelings back because you felt like once you release them, it's going to be a whole tidal wave. It's going to be a whole storm. And maybe it was for a little bit. But now there's something about your emotions. Yeah, I'm seeing someone cry, and it's creating this beautiful cosmic lake that you're walking into. It's like your emotions create the space for you to explore and the space for you to cool off. So you've been bottling something up, or you were. And I understand that. And maybe you were circling around a decision or an idea because you weren't releasing your emotions. I remember the first few times when I went to therapy myself, I was really like, I wouldn't cry. And I was really scared to cry because I felt like if I let it out or if I talk about certain things, like, I don't know if I'll be able to stop. Like, I might be there for the rest of my life and I don't know how to stop, which I talked about. And eventually I found a way to release the emotions while not feeling overwhelmed by them. And then you get to a point where it doesn't scare you anymore. And I feel like this is what's happening for you. You're crossing into this gateway, into this place where there's a confident release of emotion. Not a release of emotion because you're so overloaded, but because you decide, I need to get this out so I can cool things off for myself. Shed a few tears to cool the fire, to put out some of the fires, but not a total breakdown because I still need some of that fire there. So that's beautiful, Aquarius. Whoever I'm connecting to today, you're a really thoughtful person, a really thoughtful soul. And you don't always express that to others. Maybe you don't feel the need. Maybe there's you haven't found the place for it. And you don't need to, but you're very deep and you keep it to yourself. And this may be why it's been difficult to deal with the conflicts, because it's pushing you to this point of I don't feel comfortable really engaging at this level with this. I'm going to snap. Maybe there's also this whirlwind of if you piss me off, if I get mad, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop. I also resonate with that. So this is also about you understanding the depths of your own soul and your own emotions and how powerful they are, and allowing some of it to come out so you can maintain that balance rather than feeling nervous or fearful of the conflict and what you're going to do and what you're capable of. This may be why, Aquarius, sometimes you just cut things off and go cold, because the alternative is pure fury and rage or complete emotional breakdown. There's something about that. Maybe you don't resonate with it. I don't know. Take it if you do. But I feel that here in this reading, especially with deluge being the challenge. So let's get in further for you, Aquarius, and see what's going on. What does Spirit want to say to you today? Enter the conversation. Have you been holding back from entering into a specific conversation, a conversation maybe with your higher self or spirit or your lower self, your subconscious mind, your shadow? Or maybe it's a conversation with someone else. But this card really does speak about entering the conversation with the universe that's trying to show you the signs. Okay, so 3 more. This is you looking for the signs. What are you talking about, Andy? My name's Andy, if you didn't already know. You say that the signs are there. I'm looking for them. I don't see them. They're jumping off the page, though. Maybe you want to do a little bit of bookomancy. Take a book, flip it around and see what comes through. Maybe there'll be a sign, a synchronicity. Let's just humor ourselves and do that now. I'm going to actually use this one. This is a book, Dictionary of Symbols. So let's see. I'm hearing practice what you preach, which is, I guess, what we're doing, but maybe you're doing that too. Is there a message? Well, I know there is. What is the message for Aquarius? I'm hearing the letter K. Mountain. Ooh, we already said the mountains here. The mountains and the water, the safety surrounding you. Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this, but let me just skim it because it's quite long. But let me see. This is Dictionary of Symbols, J.E. Surlot. Is that how you say it? Hold on. Oh, the mountains came in Chinese culture to signify the greatness and generosity of the emperor. The profoundest symbolism is one that imparts a sacred character by uniting the concept of mass as an expression of being with the idea of vertical, as in the case of the cosmic tree. The trees, right? Decorating a tree, spending time with trees. Okay, so there's definitely an importance for you around trees. The cosmic tree, the location of this mountain is at the center of the world. Let me see. Is there anything else here, Spirit? That's sticking out to me. Wow, this is super long. Maybe you want to do that then for yourself. Oh, Mars, here. Okay, hold on a second. There is another mountain relevant to the symbolism of the number 2. And that is the mountain of Mars and Janus. That is, as the Gemini, basically, they represent 2 different aspects of the same mountain, but blending together the symbolism of the 2 worlds, or the 2 essential rhythmic aspects of manifest creation, light and darkness, life and death, immortality and mortality. The mountain has 2 peaks in order to give visual expression to its dual or ambivalent meaning. Okay, so something about Gemini energy is important for you, wherever that is in your chart, or maybe you know a Gemini, it's significant for you. But there's something about that dual energy, and then I'm also seeing the mountain has been frequently been taken as the location of the land of the dead. Interesting. 8th house, death energy, transformation. But there's something about Mars and Janus. Interesting. Okay, so there's duality here that you are experiencing, fire and water, and how to balance those. Maybe you want to look into that for yourself. Mountain, the mountain and the trees. I feel like those are 2 very significant symbols for you. Or perhaps after this reading, you'll be seeing a lot more of mountains and trees. Okay, so let's get in. Let's give it a couple more shuffles. Duality. That's interesting. So this music thing that I put on, this little pop-up just went up, and it just clicked to the number 2, which we heard, and then I saw suspense. But first what I saw is adapt tracks to your needs. I'm just gonna turn that off. Adapt tracks to your needs. Okay, so yeah, instead of meandering, trying to find the right track, make what's happening now in your life adapt to your needs. Is there a way you could do that? I bet there is. Maybe you've been so used to doing something on a certain schedule in a certain way. Can you make it work for you rather than you working for it? Ooh. The Emperor as the outcome. So there's another synchronicity. We just talked about that. The Emperor, the mountains. So you are becoming the mountain. And that cool crystal water at the base of the mountain is you too. Aries energy, Mars, fire. Beautiful. So you're combining a lot of different energies now that you've learned this great lesson of how to express yourself and how to also deal with conflict. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. And I'm kind of going backwards here, but I can't help myself but talk about it now. I mean, This is your advice, the Ace of Cups. And look at this water energy over here on the Mars, right? This is you like, okay, cool down, Aquarius. You are in control. You are in charge. You have a plan. You have a strategy. You can see the whole lay of the land. There's no meandering. You know where you're going. You have a straight line. But don't get too heated with things. You know, try to go with the flow a little bit more. And this is you saying that to yourself. You opening your heart to something and letting those emotions pour out of you helps you really step into Emperor energy even more. The mountain and the lake, they go together. And that's exactly here, the mountain and the lake. Wow. Enter the conversation. Spirit is speaking to you. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay? 6 of Pentacles for your overall energy. A very giving person you are. Giving often to those in need. How often do you give to yourself when you're in need? Let's see. Tell me more about Aquarius's energy. You know, sometimes you give to others as a form of giving to yourself. It's as if maybe somebody didn't give something to you, maybe when you were young, cosmic child and inner child, right? Or cosmic self and inner child. Your inner child, right, wasn't given something. So now when you give others, it's like you're giving to your own inner child. And that's beautiful. And that's right. Okay? So maybe you feel like, I don't know how to give to myself. But when you give to others who genuinely would benefit from your help, and are not like energy vampires or just trying to take advantage of you. You know, the true souls out there not asking for help but benefiting from it. I don't know why it came out that way. When you give to them, you're giving to your inner child, which is why you love to do it. Ace of Swords, there she is. I knew the Ace of Swords was going to come through. The tree and the Ace of Swords. The truth about your giving nature. You're misunderstood in a lot of ways, but you are very generous. And maybe as you get older, you're stepping more and more into that part of yourself. It could have been the case when you were younger, you didn't know what to give, or you didn't know if what you had to give or this giving nature of yours would even be accepted, and maybe it wasn't. But this Ace of Swords is looking a little bit sad and sullen. I can't help but notice that. And so this could be a source of the conflict, that maybe you've given too much in a situation beyond your means, or way too much than the person needed or the situation needed. And now you're deciding that this has turned into a kind of fiery energy rather than something grounding for you. I'm seeing the number 6 as like a fire energy, which is interesting. I don't know why. And you're deciding that maybe you don't need to give anymore to whatever this is. You've given enough. And this is where that recognition of your inner child comes through. It's like, okay, I keep giving and giving, but this person's no longer responding, or I'm giving too much, I'm getting depleted. Give to yourself now, because you were always giving to yourself in this transaction I'm hearing, or in this situation. You were always giving to yourself, but now it's like something's topped up there. It's maxed out. Like you can't give to yourself in that form anymore. So now you have to do it more directly to yourself. Does that make sense? Okay, the Tower, for what you don't see coming. I actually really love this Tower card. I don't know why. All Tower cards, I guess, can be a little bit provoking, but this is Mars energy, the Tower, what you don't see coming. So let's see. It could be that the Mars has left your sign, which I feel like it is, but let's see. What is the Tower for what Aquarius doesn't see coming? 10 of Swords and Awakening. Ooh, there's 2 10 of Swords in this deck, and we have it out here already in your spread. I like this. The Awakening and the Ten of Swords. I mean, this is difficult, don't get me wrong. The Tower, the Ten of Swords, and Awakening. This isn't a fun tea party over here. I'm hearing Boston Tea Party. I don't know what that's about for everyone. Owls. The best thing to come out of a very turbulent situation is meeting yourself, an aspect of yourself that you never met before, but only came to the surface because of the turbulence that you had to endure. And Spirit is saying what you don't see coming is out of this turbulent Mars situation, whether that's ongoing right now or just recently happened the last 8 months, is that you've met a part of yourself that is extremely wise. And a part of yourself that puts their foot down too and says enough is enough. I can't keep giving like this. I can't keep doing it like this. You know, this is you connecting with that brave, wise owl, the horned owl, who sees from a higher perspective, who sees in the dark, in the moon energy, who cools things off, truly. And so there's some kind of spiritual awakening or conscious awakening that you're having because you endured something very difficult and because you decided to put an end to it. And putting an end to it could have come through a release of your emotions. Maybe that's how you ended it. Or maybe you decided to use the sword instead and say enough is enough. Whatever it is that you decided to do, it's part of your growth. No matter how painful and scary it was or is. Now, I do see that some of you may be mourning, or maybe you feel a little bit of PTSD, or still a little bit traumatized from something, or you have some worries about the return of something. There's something that I feel you were left to deal with on your own and nobody helped you with. Okay, but there's a guide within yourself coming through to you to show you something about the Eight of Swords, about how to get untied mentally from that which ails you. So this is important because there is no external force that's coming in to save you, okay? But you yourself are drawing on that deep, powerful know-how, soul wisdom to unknot something in your mind, in your stomach, in your heart, whatever that is. You're regulating and balancing something for yourself here. And it's been very difficult. I can see that in the cards, but it's got a beautiful ending. You don't become the emperor without having won and battled through your own wars, right? The emperor knows what he's doing because he has the experience. I'm hearing this isn't nepotism, okay? It's know-how that you have, okay? And maybe it is ancestral in some way too. Okay, let's keep going. So your opportunity is the Nine of Swords, which I really like to see with this 10 of Swords, Awakening in the Tower as what you don't see coming. Because if this is your opportunity, this is telling me that you have full control over how this affects you mentally. There's an opportunity here to face a fear, to face an anxiety. Maybe it's about the emotional outreach I'm hearing, or interesting. Maybe you need to reach out to someone in an emotional way. I don't know. But it's something about getting your emotions out. Facing a fear. The world seems like it's crashing down, or things have been rickety, okay? Unstable, feeling that way. So your opportunity is Nine of Swords to face the fear. And with all this sword energy, a lot of it is in your it's happening in your mental space, in your thoughts. What's that saying? It's kind of cliche, but I dig it. I think it's true. It's if you're depressed, then you're in the past energy. And if you're anxious and fearful, then you're in the future energy. So the best thing to do is to ground yourself in the present. I don't know. I think there's some truth to that. The mountain as your sign and symbol is very grounding. Okay, it takes a lot to move a mountain. A flash of lightning is not going, in the Tower card, right, is not going to bring the mountain down. So know that about yourself and your own mind. The fortitude of your mind. You are mentally strong. That's why the Ace of Swords is an important card for you. It's to clear up any kind of mental fears and energy that exists in the mind that is like, to clear that up. I'm seeing all these bees, with clear communication, clear thinking, a straightforward path, cutting things out that need to be cut out, okay? And realizing these deep inner truths that you haven't really been expressing to yourself. There's been a lot of focus on outward energy. It's time to turn some of that analyzing, that thinking back onto yourself, which will help. But I feel like maybe you've been scared of doing that. There's no need to be scared of yourself. Okay, Knight of Wands. Yeah, see, this is the mental, like, ooh, the fire in the mind. It's like, oh my goodness. Maybe meditation would help. I don't know. Let's see. There's something else here. It's not as easy as meditation, or not, I shouldn't say easy. It's deeper than that. It's not like, oh, just go meditate, Aquarius, and you'll be fine. It's find out how these fire fairies that are flying around in your mind can work for you, not against you. Give them a mission. Give them a mission. Okay, so there's some mental activity where it's like, it's meandering, right? It doesn't know where to go. There's no straightforward line. So there's a rumination, or there's like a constant return of some buzzing kind of mental energy. You need to give these fire fairies that live in your mind, I don't know, this is what I'm seeing, a direction, a mission, something to do. So this could be taking up something new, learning about something new, trying your hand at something new. I don't know. There's some kind of mental activity that you could engage in that will give this energy that lives within you a direction, a purpose, rather than bothering you, rather than allowing your own mind to bother you. Get what I'm saying? Read a new book, learn a new language, do something that requires like mental focus. Even if it's like just doing your monthly budget, I don't know, but there's something here that those fire fairies need. A mission. Okay. Fire fairies, interesting. Okay, the challenge for you is the Ten of Swords. And see, this is amazing because this Ten of Swords is so much different than this Ten of Swords. This is like what we typically think of with the Ten of Swords and what we typically see. Stabbed in the back, betrayed. Here's somebody like about to walk by you. Are they going to come and help you, or are they going to stab you again? They're holding something in their hand there, and it's like, oh my goodness, just when I thought somebody was coming here to help me, to rescue me, to lift me up, they're coming in with another sword to put in my back. Damn, that's cold, right? That's the feeling here. And that's the challenge, is not to go down that thought pathway, right? To start thinking about this brutality that you've experienced, or this mental chaos you're going through, or maybe, I don't want to characterize what it actually feels like to you. You put the right adjectives to it, okay? Whatever this feeling is that's been difficult for you. Okay, you get to define it for yourself, not me, of course. But Spirit wants you to see it more like this, as a kind of face-to-face meeting with a very wise part of you that has already dealt with a Ten of Swords kind of ending and has a lot to teach you. And this man is smiling. And that's representing you. Your conscious self. This is a part of you that's saying, don't fear. And you're like, I see you. I got it. We are in this together. We do not have to worry and fear about this situation. If this person comes through and puts another sword in my back, I will be okay. I will make it through. That's what this part of you is telling you. Okay, so there's also a more mundane message here about accepting help from someone who you wouldn't typically accept help from, but you're feeling desperate. Spirit is saying, try to pull on your own resources, or really ask yourself whether you need that help. Maybe it's like financial, or I don't know, you're going to some kind of spiritualist, whatever you're doing that you wouldn't typically do, and you feel a little bit like, I don't know about this, but maybe we should just try. I would say caution to that. Okay? I mean, you do whatever you want to do, but there is a message here that you may be reaching out or looking for someone outside of yourself to help you through, or to reverse or eliminate a Ten of Swords situation. But really, that Ten of Swords lesson is exactly what you are meant to be learning here with the Awakening card. And I know that because the Awakening card is here. Okay? So let's pull one more on the Ten of Swords. Anything more grounded, practical, I could say to Aquarius. There might be a Sagittarius that comes towards you. Seven of Cups. Yeah, see? It's like there's some kind of confusion, illusion. You're not really clear and sure who this person is. Why do they want to help you? Or can you trust them to actually help you? I don't know, like, not to breed suspicion, but this isn't about calling on someone else at all. This is all about you. Number one, the Magician. You have the power inside of you. You can adapt. There could also be someone kind of holding out an ending of some sort. Maybe this is closure that someone's not giving in a situation, or a conclusion, or they keep coming in and out. Well, you decide that you're not going to give to this anymore. You get to make that final ending. Okay. Now, the advice, Ace of Cups. Opening your heart, which is hard after the Ten of Swords, the Tower, and the Nine of Swords have showed up, but Spirit's saying you got it in you, or they wouldn't be asking you to do it. Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, because this is what starts you on this new adventure. See, he's on the boat there. He's got his cup. He's got his map. He knows where he's going. There's no more meandering. Where are you going with this open heart of yours? Page of Cups. Where are you going? What are you finding? Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Nine of Cups. That's a wish fulfillment. Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Defending your heart, defending a partnership, defending love. You're going through, or you're setting sail, opening your heart to connect either with somebody on a deeper level, or connect with someone new, or to make a connection with something that is unbreakable. It's like no matter what you try to do to me and that which I'm connected to, it's not going to come apart. We are intertwined. So I don't know what this is for everyone. Let's see if I can get some more information on the Two of Cups. King of Cups. This could be somebody who's very watery. So I'm getting this sensation of somebody who's been looking at you or looking for you. Okay, this could be anything. It doesn't have to be a love partner. It can be a creative partnership. It could be a job. It could be something else. But there's a lot of cups here. Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, King of Cups, Two of Cups, water. And then you finish off with the Emperor. So let's find out what the Emperor is here for you. So as your advice, if there is a date that comes up, or an interview, or somebody wants to connect with you, and it's something to do with, how do I distinguish it from this Ten of Swords person? It's grounding, and there's something that's on the table, like it's obvious. It doesn't feel like there's something hidden. Okay, it's like, yeah, it's all out on the table, or there's someone who's very straightforward. Then connect with it. Go for it. Okay, and there might be people around you who don't agree with it, or don't think it's the right time for you, or whatever. Spirit's saying it is. Knight of Cups. Like, you got to go for this. Okay, so I don't know what it is. Moving, trip, person. But it's somebody, or it's something that is stable, straightforward. There's no confusion, really. It's just a choice that you have to make. There's no confusion about what it is, though. Okay, the Emperor for your outcome. Let's see. Tell me more about this Emperor. And I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extended, we go a layer deeper. We see what else we get. This has been a deep reading, I feel, already, so I'm interested to see where we go. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If you don't like that idea, you can't go there for whatever reason. Trust Spirit already knew that and gave you all the information you needed right here. Okay. Ooh, Queen of Wands and the Wise One. Oh, beautiful. Using your fire energy appropriately. Look at that. Cosmos and combustion with Queen of Wands and the Wise One. It's like the same thing here I'm seeing. It's like being able to control that fire energy and use it for your benefit, to create your magic, to lead in the way that you feel you want to lead. I really do enjoy the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups together. I feel like they complement each other really well. Okay? These could be two aspects of you, or maybe you with someone else. But the Wise One is the Hierophant. This is the lesson that you learn. You learn how to make fire, sustain it, tend to it, and use it when it serves you, and adapt to the way that it grows beyond what you feel you can control. Adapt to the situation rather than running through the forest like a chicken with your head cut off because the forest is on fire. You learn how to bring some water to that when that situation arises. This is so beautiful. Amazing stuff, Aquarius. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.